What's up, guys? Welcome back to the question where you have the questions and I have the answers. And today I'm answering the question, what is an American citizen? But before we get started, please remember to like, comment, and share this video. Subscribe if you're new. I make educational, historical, political content. Sometimes I do film review and analysis. Very inconsistent on when I upload, very inconsistent on what kind of videos I upload. If you want to see a specific video, please comment below. I love having discussions with you all. I love answering your questions. No one asks me questions anymore and it hurts. It's so sad, actually. I have to come up with ideas myself in this economy. Never. I'm a college student. I'm working 2 jobs right now. I am doing my goddamn best. But you know, it's fine because I enjoy doing this and I feel like it's helpful in a way. That being said, without further ado, let's get on to the video. Today's video, I'm answering the question, what is an American citizen? And as I am apt to do, I'm going to over-explain why the hell I'm making this video. So when I started this YouTube channel, I was a freshman in high school. Now I'm entering my sophomore year of college. I've been doing this for too long to receive as little success as I have at doing it. But one of the first videos I made was called Africa is a Continent, Not a Country. It did not get that many views. I think it got like 2 to 4 views, which if you look at most of my videos nowadays, that's like kind of average. But back then when I had like semi-regular viewing, that it hurt a little bit because I was really passionate about that video. And basically in the video I discussed how Africa is a continent, not a country, and how annoyed I was that most people at my high school didn't know that or they didn't treat it that way, and how we always refer to people coming from Africa, but we never really talk about the individual countries they are, and that has led to us kind of not infantilizing it, but making it seem worse off than it actually is. And don't get me wrong, there are definitely issues, you know, like social issues in Africa. There's definitely poverty in Africa, but there's also social issues and poverty everywhere. And by not distinguishing where the issues are in Africa, in which countries, not distinguishing by country or by like ethnic group, we are just lumping it all in and basically saying that these people are less than us and so on and so forth. And so that was that video. Anyway, recently I got a comment from a user, Captain Ameríca, who pointed out the hypocrisy of my video about Africa being a continent, not a country, versus the language that we use around the United States and North America. And so this is the video about what they told me because I want to point out my own hypocrisy. I want to point out the hypocrisy of a lot of people because a lot of people use language this way, and I don't think it's on purpose. I think it's just because we aren't taught differently and we don't really think about it. Like, it's become so ingrained in our society as citizens of the United States that we don't think about it. But hopefully, with this knowledge now out there, we can change that. So what Captain Ameríca pointed out to me is that every other citizen outside of the United States and outside of North America and South America are referred to as their continent. So people from Africa are considered Africans, people from Asia are Asian, people from Europe are European, but people from North America aren't called Americans. They're distinguished by their country, and only people from the United States are called Americans. And they said that seems wrong that an entire country is claiming this title And the more they explained it to me, the more I realized they're correct. Not only is it wrong and very US centered of us to claim the title not only of America, but as Americans, but it's inconsistent with the rest of the language of the world. Like, as I said before, every other citizen from every other continent is referred to as their continent, but Canadians aren't referred to as Americans, neither are Mexicans or anyone from South America, though they refer to themselves as Americans. But no one from North America is referred to as Americans aside from people from the United States. And so Captain America pointed out to me, if you were consistent and not hypocritical, you would be United States citizens because you are the United States of America. You're the United States on North America. You are not America in total. You do not operate the entire continent of North America, nor do you operate the entire continent of South America. Therefore, you don't get to claim this title as your nationality. And once again, they're correct. Because one, no other country does this. China doesn't get to say that, oh, we're Asian and everybody else isn't Asian on, the Asian continent because we're the biggest. England doesn't get to say, well, I guess they're no longer part of the European Union, but they're not the only ones who get to say, oh, well, we're European and no one else is European because we hold the most power or something, and so it is weird and highly US supremacist that we are the only ones who get to go by Americans, or that we have normalized that we're the only ones who go by Americans, and that we refer to ourselves as America, despite the fact that we're not the only country on America. So with that being said, I am endorsing the move to refer to us as United States citizens. That we are the United States of America. And it's going to be a slow-going move, as I said. But it is an important distinction to make, I think. And I think it can aid in opening our minds up to considering the rest of the world, because I know as an American citizen, as a United States citizen, technically I'm a citizen of both, that our society is very much centered on ourselves. We see global news, but we don't have a good estimate or understanding of society or the world outside of a United States perspective. And I think that by consciously referring to ourselves as just our country, and being forced to consider people from other countries, not just other continents, we can start to not understand the global world, but begin to open ourselves up to the notion that there is a world, a really big world, outside of our own. I feel like the United States has basically centered itself in all global discussions, in every single piece of history, in everything that we do. And if you actually look at history, we haven't been the center of shit for a while. US being a powerhouse on a global scale is so relatively recent. That's basically the Cold War and up. We've only been important for maybe 70 years. And I think we need to realize that, and changing the way in which we speak about ourselves is a very good first step to doing that. I'm sorry if my camera went all weird. I'm using a selfie stick and it just died. So yeah. So thank you for Captain America for bringing my hypocrisy and the hypocrisy of everyone in the United States to my attention and giving me the opportunity to, one, correct myself, and two, spread this information um, so that others may know your wise, wise words. Though, please, I encourage you, this is just like an oversimplification of what happened. If you would like to see what Captain America themselves said, it's in the comments of my Africa as a continent, not a country video, which I also encourage you to look at and share, because I'm please trying to get more subscribers. I've been doing this for 5 to 6 years now and I haven't even reached 30. And while I'm not trying to gain widespread YouTube fame, it is kind of sad that I'm doing as poorly as I am. That being said, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for showing up every week, you know, the 1 or 2 of you who do. Thank you for my 28 dedicated subscribers. And be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes.